So 2019 rolls on in like it's been here for years, and I kind of like to call 2019 the 2019 the calm before the storm year, because 2019 was a very chill year for most, including myself. But of course, what would it be without a bunch of traveling once again? So around springtime, I went and visited some family in Chicago once again, and this time it was a very interesting one because we actually left Illinois and headed to the like that cheesy state, Wisconsin. I know you guys know. So we visited a dairy farm, which also happens to be a deli and a cheese store. So we decided to spend our first half of the day there just kind of like learning about and sampling all types of different cheeses from around the world. And it was really interesting to see this because I was like learning about how milk was produced and made into the cheese and how popular it is in the U.S. It was pretty crazy because Wisconsin is literally the dairy capital of the United States. I didn't even know that. And more than half of the milk and cheese in the United States is produced in that state. So I don't know why, but I'm just like so fascinated by that. Maybe because I live in Florida. I don't really know. Anyways, 2019, like I said, it was a pretty chill year. Video game wise, things were kind of taking a back seat for the most part because, we got some pretty good games, but nothing like 2018, I'll tell you that. So some notable games that released that year were Control, Devil May Cry 5, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening, Resident Evil 2, Outer Worlds, Pokemon Sword and Shield, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, Outer Wilds, and then there was much more, of course. Now, did I play all these games? No. In fact, I actually didn't play one of those games, which is funny because I was kind of in my zone that year. Like, I really felt like I had an awakening in 2019, and maybe I'll talk about this in another video, but man, 2019, it was an awesome year. I felt like this really good presence around me that made me feel like really elevated to another level. Like I was being blessed by something else or someone else. I can't really explain it at this time, guys. Now, I did play Gears 5, though. That game was pretty fun for a bit, but of course, it got pretty old fast. And also in 2019, I did a lot less staying at home and a whole lot more traveling. So because of that, I feel like I have learned so much that there is to know about life. I'm happy to be here to share it with all of you guys. So in the summer of 2019, things really kicked up a notch. So I decided to drive across the country, yes, the entire country, from Florida to Los Angeles, California. And man, I've never been there, but when I tell you this, guys, this was the greatest road trip and possibly one of the greatest experiences I've ever had in my entire life. I really mean that. Going state to state and meeting new people from all types of different cultures, lifestyles, and just experiencing how people live like day to day. Like from their perspective, it's really something within itself. I really recommend it. It was most definitely a treat to be on the road and experience this at the peak of the summer. And there's ups and downs, of course, but, we always make it work because that's what we got to do in life. Even if things are going well or not, you just got to make it work, guys. There's no reason to have any excuses. Don't ever let life tear you down and tell you that you can't do something. All right, you hear what I'm saying here? If you want to do something and you have that thought of doing it, don't let anybody stop you from going out in the world and doing that thing because people can make things seem so difficult. But when you see it and others don't, that is a gift. You should run with that thought because others, they may not see it. But as long as you do, like I said, that's all that really matters. So like I said, get out there. If you haven't by now, I promise you won't regret it. After the summer ended, things really cooled down for me because 2019, it was also the year I decided to move back home and kind of really get myself together. I only had a few semesters left in college, so I decided to get back to it, right? And in October, I had made my return to YouTube towards the end of the month. Now, I want to say something. The reason I made my return to YouTube was not just to keep busy, but for multiple reasons. The first thing is I love doing this no matter what, and I have a dream to do this full time and really build a community where I can bring people together. Then later in the year, Call of Duty was about to shake things up. Infinity Ward decided to reboot the Modern Warfare series with an all-new Call of Duty, which was Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And this was the year I remember hitting the brakes on playing Fortnite because I played Fortnite quite a lot, and I really wanted to get back into that like traditional yearly cycle of enjoying a Call of Duty game. And on top of that, Star Wars was coming out, and there were a lot of rumors about a battle royale for Modern Warfare coming out. So once Modern Warfare came out, I tackled the campaign. I decided to start, tinkering around and testing out walkthroughs on the channel. And I'll say this, personally, I enjoyed the Modern Warfare campaign. the reboot was pretty awesome, especially with like all the Bravo 6 going dark memes, like the missions that were added, the new Captain Price, along with like all those Easter eggs they added in the game. And I know lots of people hate on Modern Warfare, but if you really think about it, we are still playing Modern Warfare until today, because Warzone's engine is literally based from Modern Warfare 2019. And this is the first time that a Call of Duty game has continued to highlight into the mainstream almost 2 years after the release of the original game. I still play Modern Warfare multiplayer until today. You know, the community is so alive, I'll tell you that right now. Also, the addition of the Gunsmith was by far one of the greatest additions to the Call of Duty franchise. And if any Call of Duty game echoes Modern Warfare 2, this is it. In fact, it echoes it so much that in 2020, they actually released... They literally did it. They released a remastered version of Modern Warfare 2's campaign because of how much demand was behind it. So I'm still convinced that we will somehow in the future get a remastered or even a remade version of the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer. So, hey, it's one day, guys, right? One day. I really hope. So as the game came out and updated with old school maps like Crash, Shipment, Vacant, Rust, Hard Hat, Kill House, Backlot, and Scrapyard, Modern Warfare was really shaping up to be a really good multiplayer Call of Duty game. And I think a very successful one, even despite all the hacking and all the bullcrap, skill-based matchmaking. And, you know, when you think about it, Ground War was also a perfect setup to bridge the gap between Modern Warfare multiplayer and Warzone Battle Royale later in 2020. So props to Infinity Ward for adding that in and updating it periodically. 2019 was also the year I finally got a gaming monitor, which is the same one I still use till this day. Even though I'm due for an upgrade after buying both of the next-gen consoles, I probably won't get another one until my next move. Hopefully by that time, I'll be able to do this full-time and finally make the best content weekly and even hopefully daily on the channel. So let's make it happen, guys. Come on, I know we can do this. Drop a like on it, subscribe if you haven't done so yet. This video really took me forever to make. Like, it was weeks in the making, and maybe even years if you really think about it. So help the algorithm out, drop a like, subscribe if you haven't done so yet. I really would appreciate that. A few other games that I thoroughly enjoyed on and off the channel that released in 2019. So we had Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, of course Need for Speed Heat, both great games that I can say were both the solid 8 and above out of 10, especially Star Wars, man. EA finally, they decided to say, you know what, we're going to release a good single player game with no microtransactions or anything extra added to it. Just a good, fun, and even canon Star Wars Jedi game. Need for Speed Heat was fun too. I loved racing around Palm City. I still hop on that game till today. But like I said, 2019, it was definitely the calm before the storm, because in 2020, things got really crazy. 2019 might have been a long year, and you know, I can happily say that it was a good year. I think it was a pretty cool year. Calm, very chill. 2020 is going to be a whole nother monster. So you know, I dedicated one whole part for 2020. So definitely, you know, I'll see you guys in the next video for that one. That will be part 3 and the cap on this series here. Thank you so much, guys, for supporting me. I do appreciate it. Drop a like on the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Corrojin, and I'm out.